Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at Anycubic's latest 3D printer, the Kobra 4 Combo. This is the newest machine on Anycubic's Kobra lineup of 3D printers, and today we're going to be covering all aspects of this machine. We're going to be checking out the specs, features, and price of the Kobra 4, doing a full unboxing and setup of the machine, and giving you guys my overall thoughts and opinions on this device. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into the video. So first things first, let's go ahead and go over all of the specs, features, and the pricing of the Anycubic Kobra 4 Combo.
The Anycubic Kobra 4 comes in at a price of $279 and the combo version for $379. It has a build volume of 260 cubed with a max print speed of 600 millimeters per second. It is on par with some of the fastest consumer 3D printers on the market. With the Kobra 4 combo, you will be able to print with up to 4 colors, and you can also attach a secondary Ace Pro to print with 8 colors. The Ace Pro 2 also allows for active filament drying while printing up to 68 degrees Celsius, so you will be able to dry out most 3D printing filaments, which will help ensure top 3D printing quality. It is also a pretty quiet machine with the silent mode only reaching 45 decibels at max. The Kobra 4 also features a quick release nozzle allowing you to change between nozzles at a glance. And a few other features that the Kobra 4 has is a camera that also has AI detection for failures or foreign objects, time-lapse recording, and live monitoring, and also object skipping.
Okay, so with all that out of the way, now let's go ahead and do a full unboxing and setup so that way you guys know exactly what to expect.
So here is the Anycubic Kobra 4 combo box, and once you take it all out of the box, this is what you will see. First thing you're going to do is go ahead and grab this smaller box, and this will have all of your cables, tools, and a couple of the wires and other things that you're going to need to use to set this up. Once you move the Ace Pro 2 over to the side, you can then remove some of the styrofoam and zip ties holding all of the different pieces together. Now on the back here, you will see the extruder right here. We're going to go ahead and set this off to the side until we need to set it up later on. There are a couple of things that you're going to want to make sure that you remove, like these 2 side panels right here, and a couple of screws holding all of the different axes in place. And if you are unsure about which screws you're going to need to remove, I would definitely go ahead and take a look at the manual. You can see all the ones that I do remove in this video, but just to be sure and to make sure that you don't have some critical failure on your printer, make sure that you go ahead and look at every single screw that you're supposed to remove, as failure to remove these will definitely result in your 3D printer having some major issues. Okay, so now that we have all of the safety screws removed, you can now go ahead and lift up the Z-axis and move the X-axis to the middle, and we're going to attach the extruder. Now all you're going to need to do to secure this in place is set it on top of where the X-axis is holding it, and then screw in the 4 or 3 screws into the back. And that is pretty much it for setting up the Kobra 4. Now if you did get the Kobra 4 combo, this is how you set up your Ace Pro 2. All of the Bowden tubes and things you're going to need are actually inside of the Ace Pro itself, so go ahead and remove all of those out of there. And I gotta say, I genuinely like the design of the Ace Pro 2 over the version 1 just because it is a lot more clean, the motors are a lot better, and the Bowden tubes are a lot easier as you don't have to use the blue tabs to secure them into place anymore. But pretty much you're just going to insert each Bowden tube into the back of the Ace Pro 2 and onto the extruder at the top of the Kobra 4. And once everything is completely set up, you can go ahead and plug in the 2 AC power cords and turn on both machines. And just like always, it's going to prompt you to do a full calibration, sign into your account, link up the Wi-Fi and all that good stuff, and also make sure that you attach your Ace Pro to the Anycubic. Anycubic was also kind enough to send me over 4 rolls of PLA, so I went ahead and inserted all of them into the Ace Pro 2, and I wanted to run some multicolor prints, and the Benchy that I printed out first came out absolutely amazing, and it only took about 14 minutes to print off. And after I got done testing with the Benchy, I went ahead and printed off a bunch of more models.
Now that that's all done, you can go ahead and start using the printer, and I've used the Kobra 4 for about a month, and I just wanted to share all of my personal thoughts, opinions, and troubles with this machine. First of all, the only real issue that I've had so far with the Kobra 4 when I first received it was there was a pretty massive layer shift whenever it would change colors. However, this was fixed immediately with a firmware update. Other than that, this machine has been flawless. I've already used this machine for over 200 hours. I've been printing a lot of Etsy orders on it, doing a lot of different custom builds, models, dioramas, multicolored prints with PETGs, PLAs, and stuff like that. So I've definitely put in the hours on this machine, and this thing has been a workhorse. I have used this thing brutally. ever since I got it, just because I have a pretty busy 3D printing life right now, and it's never let me down. I'm really happy with the way that they upgraded the hardware in the Ace Pro 2. Specifically, whenever it starts feeding the filament and ejecting the filament, it's a lot more smooth and it actually goes all the way through. The gears feel better. Everything feels like it's a lot more fine-tuned to make sure that the filament doesn't clog or get backed up in the Ace Pro at all. With the original Ace Pro, I was having a lot of issues with the filament rolls getting stuck, the filament itself not going into the Bowden tube in the machine, and it would just keep feeding it and until the filament just completely went inside of the Ace Pro, which is absolutely insane. But they fixed all of these issues with this machine, so I'm definitely glad that they did that. And other than that, originally when I first seen this machine, it kind of just looked like a Kobra X with the additional Ace Pro. And in my mind, I was thinking, why would they go from the Ace Gen 2 like they had on the Kobra X, where the multi-material unit was literally inside of the extruder, and change it back to a completely separate unit? And while it is nice to have it so that way the filament is just sitting on top and it just feeds right into the machine, it's a little bit quicker, it's a little bit more convenient for people who are low on space. The ability to dry out your filament while simultaneously printing is a huge advantage, especially if you live in a place where moisture is an issue. So definitely keep that in mind, and the price points are close enough to where it's really just a preference thing. But yeah, I definitely recommend the Kobra 4 combo. Okay, so that is the Anycubic Kobra 4 combo. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I was able to give you guys all the information that you were looking for. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment what you guys think about the Anycubic Kobra 4 combo, and subscribe for more 3D printing content. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.